Well, hello everybody. Welcome to another edition of Paranormal Plus with Grizzly and Tracy. What's going on, Tracy?
Not much, man. Just sorry for last couple weeks. Everybody's noticed I haven't been around. Had a lot of stuff going on, and feel bad for leaving Chris on his own. But I know
whatever.
He does a great. It was one thing
all
that
the selfies. Hi, Miguel.
The ball game was pretty cool because it was a recognition from work, so I got to sit right behind the home plate. So that was awesome. We get all the free food, and I was able to take my wife with me, and so we had a really good time. It's kind of one of those things that you don't really want to turn down if you can keep from it,
Absolutely.
That was cool. Yeah, and then last week, as you know, unfortunately at the same time frame, I had a conflict from about 3 months ago that I had to keep to. So, but I am back, and hopefully I can be on from here on out. The only thing is
it happens.
Well, the London trip might be the caveat there, but I'm going to try to get on it while we're there on that Wednesday. I don't know, my wife might not let me though. Of course, we're 6 hours away, so that could be like midnight for us when we're on. So that might not be so bad. Should be sleeping.
Hey, Twisted Witch, welcome back, man. You missed it, man. After I got off that live show, Twisted Witch, my REM pod went completely berserk. It was like somebody was like picking it up and juggling it, and my curtain, it's just unbelievable. Hello, Lady Wolf. We're not going to be in the ditch, right? So, Crazy Witch, Standing Stones. Hello, everybody. So, Tracy,
hello,
what do we have in store for tonight?
Hey, so a guy that I've been talking to for about the last 3 months or so, last 3 or 4 months, ended up through friends and stuff that kind of had him as a friend on Facebook, stuff like that. So I started talking to him a little bit, started to follow him, and I noticed that he does a lot of hunts. And his name is Casey Sneese. His bio here is he's been doing paranormal investigations for 6 years now, and he runs his own team as well. And he likes to help out fellow investigators anyway. His team name is Eastern Wisconsin Paranormal Group. So if you guys get on his Facebook. Get on Facebook, look up Eastern Wisconsin Paranormal Group or Casey Shanice, and that's the guy you're looking for. Join up and follow him. See what his group does. So
interesting. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and bring him on and see what he's got for us. Casey, welcome to the show. Welcome, sir. How you doing? Welcome back. Long time no see. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, actually. Just moved in my new place, so it's been busy.
So you're up eastern Wisconsin. So how far up east are you in Wisconsin?
I'm actually about half hour south of Packer Stadium.
Oh, no kidding. Old cheesehead, huh?
Yeah, old cheesehead.
Old cheesehead. Hey, so before we started here, we were talking with Casey, and one of the hunts I'd like to get into with him. I mean, I know he's going to come and explain everything himself too. But so first, I guess, why don't you tell us what you do, Casey? Tell us about yourself.
Well, my group and I, we go out and we go hunt and get the evidence that we need for research and help others on the way.
What type of equipment do you guys use?
Anything from SLS down to the REM pod, that kind of stuff.
Now, Chris, he has a REM pod that goes. You probably have it turned on in your.
I actually just turned it off because I got tired. Yeah, that and the cat balls. My dolls are actually turned off the cat balls now.
So, your dolls are?
Yes, they're actually pressing the buttons. and
Huh.
it's freaking me out. So yeah,
Interesting.
It has been more than interesting. I told him earlier on the air that I said a nasty bead word, and I'm like, look, if y'all bees don't stop messing around with me, I'm gonna douse everybody with holy water and screw everybody.
I thought
So
maybe you'd sold them by now.
now I got talked out of. I was told to keep them, and I've been doing nice, but I added to the collection, and I was told that was a no-no because I should have asked permission before I got the other ones.
Gotcha.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, why don't you help Grizzly out and tell me this stuff before Grizzly, because it's like, so yeah, so it's been very interesting ride. People are getting a kick out of it. So FDL Paranormal is loving the hell out of it. I can tell you that much.
Oh yeah, they enjoy that stuff. They
I'm
see
sure
power.
I'm sure everybody wants to come investigate them. I'm sure.
I actually had I had to tape cell phones because I got a bunch of cell phones to actually put them on air, and we were doing TikTok live and all the other groups too, and the phone got ripped off and thrown at me during the live show, and I'm like, there ain't no way in heck that's gonna happen twice. I put extra tape on it. So
Yeah.
that was live, and I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen. So standing stones. I told Grizz from day 2 to put them dolls under a full moon to cleanse them. No, it don't cleanse them. It gives them power. Power's in the blood. I know about that. I done checked it out. Trying to set me up for some more. Eric, welcome. Hello, Eric. Welcome to the show. Aussie.
Hello.
So yeah, no way. He lives a halfway from Green Bay, so that's awesome. But yeah, so that's my life, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, interesting.
Yeah, one of the like I said, one thing I'd like to know about is I'd like to know the experience you had at the Joliet prison there in Illinois. I know a lot of people are wanting to go there, including myself. And if you could kind of advertise for them, if you could kind of tell us what happened when you were there, if you wouldn't mind.
I mean, there's a lot of walking. I can tell you that. A lot of us were hurting by the time we were done, just by the feet burning from walking a lot. But
yeah,
it was worth it. I mean, the prison itself is huge. I mean, there's multiple buildings there. I mean, we didn't capture it on video, but we did see a few shadows, but that I know of. I captured a couple of evidence of myself. Video, not so much. Audio, yes. And actually, I sat in one of the cells for about, I'd say 15, 20 minutes, including death row. So that was kind of cool. Of course, the doors had to be open, but
yeah,
I got to sit in there for quite a while. So it was pretty cool.
So you think that was like one of your top hunts you've done, or have you done any that are? Where's one of the hunts you've done where you've gotten a lot of either video or EVP?
EVP, I would say Grand Opera House in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. The other one, I can't remember the location. But yeah, a lot of the places I've gone to are a lot of audio. I've been touched a lot of places. I've actually, I don't know how, but I've been sat on by something, or at least it felt like it, but it was at an old brothel. So, I mean.
Yeah.
I mean.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, right into the ditch. So, yes.
You should have got $1 out and seen what happened.
And actually, upon review, I got called the A word from it.
Oh, really?
Wow.
I don't want to say the A word on live, but
yeah,
sure
that is a no in YouTube land. Hello, Samantha. Welcome back. Hello, gentlemen viewers.
Well, I'm glad you told me that about the A word, because I don't know if I've ever really caught myself from saying it or not yet.
Man, I tell you, they have changed so much when it comes to regulations and stuff. It's wild. The Housonic Tunnel in North Adams in Western Mass is super haunted. 140 men died that built that. Wow. Coal miners.
You got me interested.
Hey, anything that goes bump in the night or growls or pokes you,
Yep.
I'm there. But I am a scaredy cat. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I am too,
Hey,
for the
see,
most
you
part.
know I am, so you can already shut my door.
So yeah.
Yeah, when we were this last location we were at, one of our investigators actually got poked in the butt
Oh,
by something. Yeah, it was interesting. So,
yeah, some pokes me
Now
in the
was
butt. I'm
that in the
going.
jailhouse? Or was
no,
that where was that? Okay.
that was my recent location. It wasn't at the jail, so
Okay.
that I know
All
of.
right.
I got that
Okay.
one, Chris.
Yeah.
I got that one too.
Oh,
One of those
I
you go in the
can't believe
shower and you drop the soap, and then you
Right?
get poked.
Yeah.
it.
I'm sorry. I just
People
lowered
love to
the
be
standard.
touched. Yeah, people love to be touched on these investigations. Now, I don't mind if it's like a tap on the shoulder, but when you go to pinch me or slap me or give me a shove, then I got some issues because that,
Right.
I scare easy, Casey. You know that. I
Yeah.
don't even like
Yeah.
spiders.
I can't stand spiders either.
I
And actually,
know.
I feel like I'm allergic to their webs because every time I go near
Oh,
them, I'm
we
itching.
call that electroplasma, or what's it called in the ghost world? That plasma feeling. When you
No,
walk
gosh,
into the, you know what I'm talking about. Not Ghostbusters, that green slime, but
yeah.
Oh, yeah, kind of.
hello there, Facebook user. How's it going? Welcome to the show. We got
Hello.
Casey here telling us about pokes and jabs and some interesting things on his investigation. So yeah,
Yeah, I've been touched many times, so I even had my name called, and so nothing new.
as long
Facebook
as you don't ever
user,
call me late for dinner, I'm okay.
Facebook user on there is Tim Cummer. He,
Hello, Tim. Welcome to the show.
yeah,
there.
if they're watching on that paranormal, for some reason it comes in as Facebook user. So
That's weird.
I know Tim. Hey, Tim, what's up?
Yeah, Tim's a good guy. Tim's been around for a while. I actually met him obviously on Facebook and all that, but I've actually met up with him a few times, and he comes towards Alton, Illinois, and see him there. Seen him there a few times, and just super nice guy all around.
I'm surprised you didn't join me in prison.
Oh yeah,
he likes the prison, so I'm surprised.
Yeah, he does all the daredevil stuff. He gets in those rooms and locks himself in and says, "Hey, come get me."
Yeah.
No,
Like I said,
Rolling Stones spent 24 years in cellars in New England.
Wow.
Thank God he wasn't chained. So yes, he knows what ghost feels like. He also repairs boilers in the scariest places all by himself, which I can never do. Because let me tell you something, I hear something, I'm frozen. And standing stones at night with nothing but a flashlight. Well, I hope you got a flashlight. Now, Samantha, Casey, what is your favorite EVP?
Actually, my favorite one, I had a distinct whistle with a tune to it, so it's kind of cool. And the funny thing is, we were at an Irish pub, but it was a inn, restaurant, and pub all in one. So it was pretty cool.
Was it like an Irish tune it was whistling? Do you know, or was it?
I have no idea. And we knew it wasn't anybody there that was there because we would have heard it. We would have reacted to it. And when I did upon video, I didn't hear it on the video. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, Tim's asking you how jolly it was.
Oh, that was fun. We had a blast. I got to hang out with Shane Pittman and Dave Schrader, so that was kind of cool.
That's
too.
right. Those are the guys we talked about a few months ago whenever we first met up on Facebook. Yeah.
I talk to those guys all the time. For sure,
Yeah.
like Shane, and I talk to them all the time. So
Yeah,
I just got noticed, Tracy and Casey, that the Conjuring house, the real Conjuring house,
Yeah.
dude, you want to go camping? They'll let you camp on the front and backyard. Is that
Yeah.
crazy? Come on, ladies and gentlemen.
What
My
do they
friend-
call it? It's not
For a
camping.
dollar.
It's not
It
camping.
says-
It's called something else. What's it called?
No, outdoor camping experiences, those brave enough to go to ghost hunt. And that's on Fox News in Kansas City. Yes.
Yeah, a friend of mine, she messaged me that, and I'm like, let's go. The first words I said.
The people that owned it last before this time, that did the Sleepless Unrest movie, they don't own it anymore. They sold it last year, I think it was, the Conjuring House. But from my understanding, they're still involved with the camping aspect of it. So that's pretty cool.
Now, does
That's one place I'd
know
like to do.
what the house actually looks like? So I'm going to show it to them. And they're asking you again, what is your favorite piece of equipment?
Mine, I would have to say the REM pod. So that's one of my favorites.
She came into play, but there's the Conjuring House. So
yeah, I like the REM pod too. That's pretty neat. I had good interaction with the REM pod once. So we did at the McPike Mansion here in Alton. We just set it at the top of the stairs in this old mansion. We stand down in the foyer, stood down in the foyer, and we could ask it to go on, and it would go on. We could ask it to come off, it would come off. It was pretty cool. Yeah, there's a Conjuring House.
Yeah.
If you ever watch that Sleepless Unrest documentary, I think it's on a lot of the streaming platforms. They actually
I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. Yeah, they show it inside. They spend the night for 2 or 3 nights, if I remember right, and they film the whole time, 24 hours. So.
Yeah, I know. I also know, if I remember, that Ghost Adventures was there for an investigation. I can't remember what episode, but I think they were there too. I just don't remember which one.
Yeah. But that'd be an interesting one to. I don't know if I could stay the night in the Conjuring House.
I'd stay in the front yard in a camper or something, investigate. But that'd be the closest I get to.
You got to do it in a tent. You can't.
Oh yeah, I do both. I do both.
Mine let somebody blow the tent away or something. I don't know. You're all too brave. So.
Well, with all the people that have stayed inside now, I probably could say I wouldn't be too concerned about staying inside and something serious happening to me. So, call me crazy.
There you go, crazy witch. Thank you, guys. Now that is in Connecticut, I think, isn't it? No,
it's in Pennsylvania, ain't it?
Yeah, that's in Kansas.
You might have to look it up. You might have to look it up.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
I just had it up. I don't know what
I'm sure somebody out there has it up.
I just had it up. It was Kansas City.
The Conjuring House?
Kansas City is the one that reported on it.
It's probably
Kansas City News.
Oh, yeah.
But no, I think it is in Connecticut.
I have a feeling Connecticut, too.
Yeah, you may be right. Oh, no. Here it is. Burrillville, Pennsylvania. Oh, wait.
It is in Pennsylvania then.
No. My glasses. Rhode Island. Burrillville, Rhode Island.
Yeah, I think all three of us
we're real professionals here. I like the movie, but yeah. So there you go, Standing Stones. It's Rhode Island. I don't know why I said Connecticut, but yeah, I really thought it was in Connecticut.
When I met the owners, they are super nice people, and I asked them, I say, what was the comparison of, everybody watched the movie, and, have you had anything happen like that? They said no. And then I asked them about the clapping. I said, what about the clapping? And according to them, they said that the clapping didn't exist. That was just added to the movie for some effect or whatever. But I was like, hey, man, whatever. But to live there would be that would be a little bit different to live there. Staying the night, living there's two different things for me. So
I'd stay the night. Wouldn't bother me none.
Yeah, casing. You would be the type that would stay the night. I would probably duct tape or gorilla tape 30 cat balls to you and just let you lay there and watch you just all light up.
Well,
Twisted Witch gets touched every time she's in Casadega Hotel. Woof. Yeah, that's good. That's creepy. I told you about being touched. So,
and actually, my house that I lived in, my mom's house is haunted, so I don't bother me none. So I lived in one, so I'm not scared of it.
Chris, you could take 1,000 cat balls. You get them from FDL. and put them on
That's
her.
exactly what I was thinking of. On my shows, I've been putting them up here.
Yeah.
They won't turn off. They keep coming on, and it's very distracting. And I'll show you. And saying I take stuff on investigations out in the woods, tape guns and stuff, because collect hair samples and whatnot. And I'll take one. And I'll show you guys. I'm not playing around here, and I'll tape it to the mic where you can see it. Now, here in a minute, let me adjust this to make sure I don't bump anything. It's going to turn off, and we'll show you how active this studio is. Okay, now it's turned off. There we go. So, yeah.
Turn it on.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't
so,
tell
hey,
that.
So you said you're going somewhere in a couple weeks. Where are you going?
Yeah. It's a theater. It's called the Bend, but it's their West Bend historical theater. It's kind of cool looking, actually.
Where's that located?
West Bend, Wisconsin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what made you think about going there?
I was just looking at haunted places, and it came up and called the owner. Well, the owner is more of a business, so it's kind of the directors that I contacted, and they're like, "Hey, we want to know what's here, so come on over." I'm like, all right.
So it's probably really hasn't been investigated before.
No, they said that someone used a couple of pieces of equipment, but like a professional team, like myself, or like taps or something. They said no one's ever investigated that way. So we would be the very first team to actually properly investigate it.
Ectoplasma. Thank you, Twisted Witch. I knew somebody would come up with that and fact check me. That's what it's called. It's not the green stuff on Ghostbusters. Thank you. So yeah,
no, I've never been touched as far as a ghost anywhere, right?
The ball.
But the one thing I did say, the one thing that I did say, and I can't confirm or can't confirm, and Chris knows the story, is that Ashmore Estates walking across Nick Groff was investigating, and so we bought tickets. We wanted to investigate. Yep, there he goes.
I told you all, y'all didn't believe me, but I don't know. Nobody ever believes me. I don't understand it. I'm sorry for interrupting, Tracy.
Don't ever put them in your pockets.
Yeah, there you go. And Samantha, you're right. We should investigate his studio. He's got so much going on there. We ought to investigate it. That's a good idea.
That is not a good idea. No, it's not. Stop. Turn off.
Break your package out with the holy water in it, Chris. We're coming. Yeah, there it is.
I keep it right in my hand. So yes, but I'm telling you, no, it's more than that. So yes, the Lady Wolf. It's been during the last show. I had to take it off. It kept blinding me, and everybody was amazed. Then the REM pod was just like singing, and Tracy. I got off the phone with FDL or off the show, and I called FDL. And I was like, "Dude, do you hear that?" He goes, "Is that your REM pod?" And it sounded like somebody was holding it. I mean, it was squealing like a freaking pig. I mean, and I was behind my curtain. So yeah, it's that bad twin doll. I know, right? So I didn't bring that up on the last show because I didn't know who caught that on the other show about that twin doll. But yeah, very interesting.
Now,
so yeah,
I saw on TikTok, I think it was today. I caught just like a couple seconds of a video with you on it, and he had the dolls down.
Yeah.
Was that today?
Yeah. Well, they want me to touch them, and I ain't touching them. So I got my other cell phones and devices out, and I were taping them to things. They're like, "Man, why don't you get some cell phone stands?" I'm like, "I got cell phone stands." So I had to show them my studio looked like. I'm like, "Where am I going to put them?" Because they're above me, right? So, so they're looking down upon me as we speak. And every time Michael's wife would talk, her thing would flip like Hollywood Squares. Like she'll be where Tracy's at, then she'll be but to the bottom left corner, and the ball would go off. Then my equipment would start shutting off. I lost internet 2 or 3 times. I mean, it just got crazy. So I did a TikTok live feed, a live stream on top of it. Anyways, Casey, you would love my studio. Now I have a bunch of tape recorders. I'm afraid to turn them on because I had the spirit box earlier on, And when I did, it was laughing. So then we heard whistling. Then we heard other stuff. So I'm all in the EVPs, guys. I mean, this is just you would not believe how many recorders I've got. So
I don't have anything going in my house with my apartment. I can't because neighbors like to be loud, so can't have that in the recorder too. So
right, no, I understand. Yeah. So
You ever know? Oh, go ahead.
That would be like evidence, like
the Kenneth Hopkins encounters, Casey. You know anything about that?
the what?
Kenneth Hopkins encounters?
No, I've never heard of it.
Never heard that either.
Interesting. I wonder what state that was in.
Right now, I'm getting ready to find out. I'm looking it up.
There you go. So hey, Casey, do you ever have any issues with your equipment going dead when you're hunting? Like the batteries just get drained?
Oh yes, even this past investigation, my digital camera went dead.
Yeah.
So a lot of our
we charge everything before we go, and
so do I.
We have a couple SLS cameras, for example, and like 3 or 4 batteries. Those suckers are dead. I mean, within an hour of an hour, just an hour, they're like switching out batteries every 20 minutes. It seems like, and then charge.
That happened with
they're the big batteries too.
That happened with us.
Yeah.
Oh.
So the Kenneth Hopkins encounter is Jacobs and Mack were similar. There were alien abductions, is what they were.
Oh, really?
Now that's something I would never want to experience. And I thought Dogman was scary, but an alien abduction, no, abduction. I can't even talk.
If they came to party, maybe, but if it's some experience, no, probably not.
Oh, let me tell you, Grade, you want a Bud or you want a Bud Light? No, I like Coronas, Grizzly. Yeah. So Standing Stones actually worked with a guy who was abducted. See, I couldn't deal with that. And I always ask people about that because, they say they lose time and they don't remember things. So
yeah.
I know that Russ Kellett, he's always I see him on Facebook all the time talking about how he was abducted. He's actually got a lot of interviews and stuff about his experiences. That's one guy I'm going to talk to about getting on here, Grizzly.
Well, that'd be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Seems like a good guy.
Famous encounter. Yeah, I was looking at the internet. So anytime my head's turned, I've got monitors to the left and to the right, and when my main screen's in front of me. So, but yes, Rhode Island. So, but I didn't know they made a movie, a famous case. There was a movie on it. I didn't know that.
I have to check it out. Yeah, definitely. So you've been get out of the office yet for a while, Chris, or not? For doing any?
I have been doing some investigations. Fortunately enough, I don't have to leave the studio too much. But ever since I watched that video of Sasquatch allegedly cloaking, has scared the hell out of me. And I go by myself, and they always say never go by yourself because of missing 411. And my new location is my hometown where I grew up. And I don't know how many thousands of acres I have right outside my back door. But this happened in broad daylight. And with this cloaking and in front of a group of people. And Hollywood tried to debunk it. They tried to say it was an alien abducting a squirrel. And it was on an iPod 4. And yeah, I see you going off. It was on an iPod 4. She had it in 2014, duct tape to her walking stick. And she saw a flash of light. And like something ran in front of the sun or something. I always hear that during these encounters. And that's when they said, hello, Sonia. I knew it. Don't be scared, Grizzly.
Be scared.
So it was funny just because I was just thinking about her before we went live on the show. And she's getting some work done on her car. And I kept getting this name, Chris, in my head. And I asked her, I'm like, who is working on your brakes? And she was like, Chris, such and such. And I was like, okay. But I do got some information we need to talk about a case that's going to blow your mind, Sonia. So, yes, welcome to the show, Sonia. Casey, what are your favorite locations?
I would have my most favorite for now would be the Julia prison. That's my top right now.
Wow.
What was your least favorite location?
Honestly, I don't have any least favorites. They've been all
I've
pretty
gone
good.
I've
They've
gone
been
to
all
a,
pretty good.
well, and that's awesome. I've gone to a few, basically private investigations where where I just haven't gotten anything.
Right.
And that's good in a way because you kind of eases your mind because you don't want to see anything harmful coming toward coming at the people that are living there.
Correct.
I mean, I've gone a place before twice in a row, 2 nights in a row, and didn't really get anything. Maybe an EVP, maybe something on the spirit box, but not nothing so definitive that you feel as though there's something there, some presence is there, 100%.
Right.
So,
Right.
what about you,
Let's-
Chris? What's your favorite place to hunt? I never asked you that.
So I like the Witch's Castle. Y'all need to Google that. That is a very famous place. Waverly Hills is another good one. I got 2 invitations to go this year. I'm gonna go ahead and take them back up on that. Anything really. You can actually go out in the middle of the woods and do investigations. Believe it or not, with EVPs, especially in the area where I'm at, because the history of it, along the Ohio River and stuff.
Mhm.
So Lewis Clark and all of them travel through there with all the Indians and indigenous people and whatever else that roams around. Anything getting out of the studio, I love. But with doing all these shows, it's limited to me a lot of investigations,
Oh.
right? So I want to go out more at night. But like I said, ever since I've seen that video, it's like, really? Because I'm out there at night and I hear a
Balls going
snap
off.
break. I know I'm trying to ignore it. It ain't working. And I hear a twig break. I'm like, what's that? And I get myself all worked up. And it's like, it could be a raccoon, it could be a possum, it could be a deer. So I mean, who knows what it can be? But the thing though is they have found alleged hair of Sasquatch, and they put it underneath the microscope, and it reflects hair and reflects light and absorbs the surroundings. So, and seeing these other videos recently, now it's AIG, CIG, chat, and all this other stuff that's out there. I don't know what's real or not anymore, ladies and gentlemen. The only reason why I know this video is real is because the lady's reputable, and she goes back to 2014, and she's very well known. And Hollywood tried to debunk her film, and they actually had to put it up on a big monitor to dissect this. Not only that, they went back and found the footprints that were 4 inches deep in the soil. Now, you tell me how heavy something is at least 4 inches deep. I know, right? 4 inches deep
Right.
in the ground. Now, that scares me because if I can't see something, bad enough with ghosts, like stuff
Right.
like this. Now, if I had my REM pod, it'd probably be going off. I would get my spirit box out, but like somebody said earlier, it was funny because it did laugh when somebody got the clown out and some other stuff. But no, it's, going out and experience it, people, because the thing though is you never know what you're going to get. And just
Right.
because Casey goes somewhere and gets all the activity, Tracy can go right behind him and may get nothing. So,
Correct.
And it cracks me up because, on one of the shows, somebody was like, you got to quit playing the music in the background. And the guy was like, well, the reason why I play the music in the background, do you want to sit there for 5 minutes in silence, waiting to see something happening? No. So I try to entertain you to lead up to what's getting ready. Right. Thank you. What's getting ready to happen. So, because, people on, like I say, on fishing shows, they don't catch 15 fish in 20 minutes. There's no way in hell. If that was the case, I'd be fishing right now. I couldn't tell you how many times I've drowned worms. You know what I'm saying? So, a chestnut red was an interesting one. I'm going backwards. And see, they're playing with my comment sections.
Yeah,
so,
I see that.
Yeah, I know,
Be
right?
scared.
So, I'm going to go backwards. So, Samantha, we're going to go backwards now. So, but yeah. But no, and it's always learning from other people in the field. That's one thing I like about. What's your favorite place, Tracy?
Man, I know I've said it 100 times. As of right now, my favorite place I've hunted so far is Ashmore Estates. You know what? No, I take that back. My favorite place I've hunted was with my wife in Iowa at the Edinburgh Manor. that was creepy. So I'd have to say that was my favorite place. And it was cool because like he's doing with his cat ball right there. We went into a room. Cat Armstrong, her group had us come up, and you set the cat ball down and just ask it to light up. The thing would light up. You'd ask it to stop, and then both of them would be lighting up at the same time.
Cat ball.
And then yep, there you go. That's what I'm saying. Then like they did it for about an hour. I had my spirit box going, getting all kinds of stuff, and then all of a sudden it stopped, and it started to get. That was in the daylight. Then it started to get dark, and I went in the basement with that other group, and it was really neat to see like the SIS method. I've never done that, never even seen it done, and then never really done the laser grid. Believe it or not, I mean, we did it once, I think, at one spot, but we hadn't done it, but maybe one time, and they did it up there, and they did it really good. That was it was a good performance, not performance, I mean it that way, but a good hunt with
good performance.
Yeah, it was a good hunt with Cat Armstrong and her group. They're good people. So there you go, dowsing rods.
Yes. I don't know if I can do dowsing. Now, I tell you what I did. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back, and I'll show you what Grizzly did. Stand by. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of Paranormal Plus with Grizzly and Tracy Inman. We got Casey on the show. And does anybody know what this is?
No.
That is yeah, I know you would know. Go figure that. So I'll give you another hint. No, the cat ball. Because the cat ball went off when I asked. So let me give you another example here. So this is what I did since you've been gone, Tracy.
All right. Not going to hypnotize me, are you?
You're going to bark like a chicken. So anyways, you got chicken and it goes off. That's amazing. I do not get it. But so I went and I was online, and that actually is made out of slate. It's a dowsing board. And that actually was like, hey, you need to buy me. So I was like, well, that's weird. So I bought it. And it didn't come with a crystal. I forgot what kind of crystal that is. It's different types. But I bought it, and somebody was like, well, get it out and let's, calibrate it, whatnot. And somebody asked me to ask it a question. And I was thinking of a question, and it went maybe like really fast. I got scared and put it back in the velvet bag, and that's where it's set. Now, Sonya was like, girl, put your big boy pants on. Either you get on the horse or you get off. You can't just half saddle side it, I guess you could say. But yes. But hello, Laurel. Welcome
Hello.
back. So, yes. So, but no, Sonya's been doing a lot of things. Grizzly has a lot of people with a lot of cool energy and gifts, yes, around him. So spirits are attracted to people who can see and hear them.
That's me. I'm one of them.
Right? So, but but I thought you would like that. So I'm going to play with this a little more and learn how to actually use it. So, Laurel, so after a lot of thinking about my near-death experience, I have to come to the conclusion that life is like a metamorphosis of a butterfly. Now I get a butterfly tap. Well, there you go. That's interesting. Yeah. Really great. Laurel, man, I would love to investigate the house I live in when I was a teenager. It was an old graveyard. But no, old graveyard. No, no. There we go. Talking about graveyards now. Now, I do want to sneak up to the one in town, Casey. We got a graveyard. It's an old one. Goes back way in the day. But it's locked at nighttime. But if you go to the drive-through to this fast food place, you can walk between the bushes and get right to it. So I may end up making the news or the local paper one night. I'd be out there with spirit boxes and stuff. So yeah.
Right. And speaking of the Ashmore Estates, I've actually had vivid dreams about that place.
Oh yeah.
Like I feel like I'm being told to go there for some reason. I don't know what it is.
Have you been there before?
Nope.
Really?
Never been there before. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's not too far from Eastern Illinois University in Charleston, Illinois. I tell you what, it's a good one to hunt. On my Facebook page, I shared in my story the tricycle rolling backwards a little bit, and we caught it as we were walking out of a room. The person filming it had the live Facebook live camera like this, or her phone. And just went down. The next day, we saw it as my buddy Tom was editing it, and he saw that. So that was pretty cool. So it wouldn't move when we were asking it to move, but it moved as we were walking out the.
Interesting.
Here, cat.
Yeah,
that was my cat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was our cat.
You like cat?
But yeah, no, the Ashmore Estates, the people there are really good people too, and they don't charge you an arm and a leg to get there.
Beverly Hills is my next hotspot I want to go to.
Not even 48 minutes from where I live. My mom used to work there, by the way, Casey. I told you that before. Yeah.
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah.
Oh, at the Waverly Hills?
Yep, sure did.
Yeah, that's still on my bucket list. I got to get there sometime.
We should go together.
I tell everybody, if you're coming to Kentucky, hit me up. I will go. I'll pay the fee to go in with you guys. I'm down. So that's how a couple of people are coming this year. I'm like, yeah, I'll go. Absolutely.
It's hard.
Go ahead, Tracy.
It's hard to find a weekend there, though. Usually the weekends get booked up for the first couple of weeks of January, but during the week you can find a good night to go. But during the weekend, it's kind of tough.
Yes, that is.
Share the video with Sonya.
I don't work, so it wouldn't matter to me.
I want to see the videos. Send them to me. We'll play them. So we actually I meant to ask one of the psychics because we had her on the show last night, and it looked like an angel flew over her shoulder. It had wings. And I was like,
oh, really?
I was like, mark this time down. And I read out the time counter. And she did. And I meant to get back with her. She's in Australia, so she's,
you're talking about Bree?
No, this is a different one.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. But so I've been seeing a lot of orbs around people.
Hey, Jeremy.
I noticed also that I used to be able to see auras on people, and somebody's kind of working with me on that. Remember we talked about that before? It went away. Now it's coming back slowly. So I don't know, man.
Yeah, you're diving back into it, so it's starting to come back to you, ain't it?
Yeah. She's right. You got to get on the horse and ride it, or stay off of it. I reckon. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
The more I go stunt, the more my abilities kick in. So I'm good with it. I'm all right.
No, that's awesome.
Taylorsville Lake is a town that actually is man-made, and they flooded it. If you ever look up Taylorsville Lake, so you go fishing out there, you can snag buildings and. I think they flooded. They didn't move all the bodies. There's no way they did on the cemeteries, but or the cemetery.
No.
So yeah.
Shelbyville, Illinois is the same way. I used to bass fish, and you could, you'd have the old Garmin radar fish detector, whatever they call it. You could actually see the tops of the old dilapidated buildings underneath the water. You just see kind of a hint of it. That was pretty cool because it picks up different images. And then you can see where you can look on each side of the bank, and there's a road on one side of the bank and a road on the other. So you knew the road was right below you. They busted a dam and filled the lake up. So that's a pretty neat place to go. But it's
Yeah,
good
there
fishing
was
right there on that road because of the ditches right next to the road. That's where we always caught a lot of fish there. Anyway, sorry.
there was a case in Green Bay, Wisconsin that I did, and I didn't know this when we did research, and half of downtown Green Bay is built on cemeteries.
Oh, really?
And we didn't know that. And the location we went to, we were in the basement and we saw the end of a casket. It's built inside the wall for some reason. I don't know why. You can actually see it. So it was pretty cool.
Oh, that's weird.
Pretty interesting.
A lot of Native American culture in Wisconsin that people don't really think about, but there was a lot up there.
Yeah, my tribe is actually from De Pere.
Oh, yeah. Are you part Indian, part Native American?
Yeah, I'm Oneida.
Oh, okay.
That's interesting. Do you ever have any EVPs in your native language?
I don't ever recall hearing any, so if I did, I wouldn't know what they're saying. So
yeah, I have
the reason why I asked that is because Tracy, you know that different ancestries and backgrounds, the ancestors will come to you and try to speak to you. So that's why I asked that.
Yeah, so if you hear something on one of your EVPs you don't understand, it might be part of that ancient language.
Right, and I think a lot of my ancestors are probably with me when I ghost hunt. Who knows? I mean, actually, the location I talked about, the owner that built the place, somehow his spirit became a friend of mine, which is kind of cool. Yeah, because every time I go there, he wants to drink with me. So it's a winery, so. No, but it was his house they built, but it's now a winery in Green Bay, so it's kind of cool. But
that's awesome.
And I feel he follows me too everywhere I go. So
I went to a spiritual reader one time, and I was told that I had a Native American attached to me. I think I talked to Chris about that before. Mm-hmm. I was waking up in the middle of the night, and I'd see a Native American standing right outside my closet. I'd just be froze and sit up and just kind of,
right,
weirded out. My wife would have to wake me up, and what are you doing? I'm like, looking at that Indian standing over there. That happened many times up until I went to that person. And after I've gone to that person, I haven't really had any issues with it. So, it said to give it an offering. And I think I said something out. I forget what it was. And after that, I never had that experience again. Praise the Lord, knock on wood, whatever, so.
Right.
Yeah, that's great.
They could be good ones and they can be bad ones. Oh.
Well, I know, a friend of mine lives on used to live on the Trail of Tears, and their family they'd come home and mop bucket would be, full of water flowing all over the kitchen. They had all kinds of stuff. They put stuff in a lot of it was in their kitchen and living room area. Pictures would be off the wall when they come home from being somewhere. Furniture would be moved. They were happy to get rid of that house.
I bet
they were right on it. Yeah, they said as scary as could be.
Yeah, wow. I did my first home investigation, and they had poltergeist activity. And when we were done with that investigation, they never had any since.
Oh, that's good.
So, what'd you do? Did you do a prayer? Did you cleanse the house, or?
No, upon review, I guess her friends that had passed were trying to get her attention, and she didn't know how to receive it because she's not like one of us. So we helped get that with her, and then they stopped since. So I haven't heard anything from her since, and I asked her, and she's like, "Nope, nothing happened since."
We've had success like that with a couple that were having issues at their house. Mm-hmm. We didn't do anything. We didn't ask it to leave. We just talked to it. Yeah, as far as we know, we talked to it, and afterwards they've never had an issue ever since. But
we never had to ask to leave. We never asked them to, and I just
were they negative with each other, always arguing and stuff?
No.
Yeah, the couple we were with, they were newlyweds, basically. Been together a couple of years, and they were just at each other's throat all the time. And after we left, they were fine. They hadn't had any major arguments. Everybody has arguments, right? But they never had anything like
Right.
they had before that. Now it's been probably a year since we talked to him, because that was about 4 years ago when we did it.
Right.
Until a year ago, everything seemed to be all right. But the one thing we did notice I had my historian friend. He's a private investigator. He looked up the landscape of that area. There's actually a creek about 50 feet underneath their basement that was flowing, and at one time it was flowing. So we're figuring that was probably the energy that was leading, giving it a way in, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll check that out, Laurel.
Water is a conductor for paranormal activity.
Agreed, and you know,
Quartz and all that too is also hot spots for activity.
Yep.
Because it absorbs that energy and then it keeps it there. I don't know how, but
yeah, so it's interesting. It's cool stuff.
Yep.
What do you think, Grizz?
No, I do. I do believe in that. I do believe that here in Kentucky we got a lot of limestone.
Yep,
We got
limestone is a huge one.
a lot of underground springs, and where I'm at now, you go down not even 32 inches or not even 29 and a half, you hit water. So yeah. So I don't know if that's does that help you out with any power? Hello? Did you go to sleep on me? Evidently they're gone, so which is fine by me.
Now, one of the more haunted places where I'm from here, near Alton, Illinois, is the Alton Mineral Springs. It's an old hotel, but it was built on mineral springs. That was what was in the basement, was mineral springs. So a lot of activity there, and I think that was on Ghost Adventures as well.
Yeah, Stanley Hotel is one of them too, built on limestone and.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. Stanley Hotel, that'd be nice to get up
That's
there.
That's my bucket list. One of them. But you gotta go in the summertime, because if you go in the wintertime, snow hits, you're staying there for a while because they don't plow.
Or you get lost in the maze.
Yeah, that too.
Oh wow!
But it's a beautiful view too. So even just that alone, I'd go for.
Yeah, definitely.
That's interesting. No, there's a lot of neat places. You know, you may have one greater than the other. But, you know, somebody said earlier, I don't know who it was, but cemeteries. We have one person with abilities. She can go to a cemetery and be like, there's a musician standing right there. There's kids playing in kickball and with their shorts and little slatted caps and stuff. And it's just like, wow. So, Laurel, my mom used to play in the tunnel when she was a kid at Waverly Hills. So she lived right down the street from it. In Pleasure Ridge Park, yeah. So
you used to play there too, didn't you, Chris?
I should. I need a straight jacket right now, to be honest. The way everything's treating me in my studio.
Just gotta have a bed there for you.
Yeah. So I have a chase in my studio, so I use that a lot.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. So
I was going to tell Laurel, if you get the opportunity, actually all of you get the opportunity. You can see on my head here, paralink.com, just throwing out a shameless plug here. Your evidence, you can put your evidence clips on our ghost cam on paralink.com up to a minute, and you can caption it and all that stuff if you happen to join up, or if you already are joined. Just put it on there, put up to a minute of your evidence. It saves it there, and everybody can see it. Well, shameless plug over.
Nah. What do you think, Casey? Do you keep all your evidence that you get?
I try to. It's on my computer, so I haven't deleted any of my investigations as far as audio. So I have a lot of audio. So
that'd be a good place to put some of it out there, because a lot of people love to hear audio. They really do. The electronic voice phenomenon. So yeah, absolutely.
You know, I haven't been a big EVP guy yet, but I did buy the digital recorder. I actually have an old, it's not an old one. My daughter got me for Christmas a couple of years ago. It looks like one of the old cassette recorders,
Oh,
like
yeah.
we had in the 70s and 80s. It has a microphone with it. And so I've used that a couple of times. The only bad thing about that is, and I know all about it, you got to fast forward, or,
Right.
but you don't want to fast forward because you might miss something. So you got to listen to the whole thing, but makes you feel old school. Pretty cool.
Right. And this past investigation I remembered this. We were in one of the rooms, and there's there's a doorway, and then part of the wall, and then a closet. Well, we had our SLS cameras going, and we had 2 stick figures right between the doors, and then our equipment would go off.
Yep.
Coincidence? I mean, that was pretty cool. That correlates with our SLS camera captures, and then equipment goes off. Like the REM
That happens a lot.
Yeah, the REM pod went off a lot, and we weren't close to the equipment either, so it couldn't interfere with the SLS camera or anything like that. So, I mean,
yeah, I try to debunk as much stuff as I can when I'm out there.
I'm a huge debunker.
I started off as a skeptic in this stuff,
Same.
Yeah, and the tricycle. There's a couple other videos that I've caught, and there's a couple things I didn't catch on video. I wish I would have. I do believe there's stuff out there, but there are a lot of things that you can debunk.
Right.
Obviously.
Right.
Yeah. But when you're having a conversation with a REM pod or with a K2, and it's actually working,
or cat balls,
or cat balls,
yeah,
exactly. They're actually working with you. It's hard to debunk anything.
I'm gonna touch it. See, whoa, I was gonna touch it, but it is like, hey, don't touch me.
It's like, don't touch me, Grizzly.
Yeah, I was gonna touch it and see if it was still turned on, because they're turning them off.
Right.
So yes. So you knew I was getting ready to be touched, or you were going to be touched. See. So yes, and if you
are all the dolls
I did not
smiling?
touch it.
All the dolls.
I'm not looking.
The dolls ain't looking down on you right now, smiling.
I'm not looking at them. I'm not looking up. Oh, no. I'm not looking up. Casey, you want to come over and look at them and play with them? Now, if you look underneath one skirt, it's another doll. So it's a topsy-turvy doll, and it's old doll. It's all handmade. So yes.
See, me, I don't care for dolls. I don't like them. I don't know. Just
I wonder why. Some people don't like clowns either. But
I'll deal with the clown before I deal with the doll. To be honest with you, because
I asked
Chris
Tracy
loves
what he
dolls.
collects.
Yeah, I collect everything, man. For the most part, I have a lot of old toys. 1930s toys, 1940s toys, tons of old, baseball cards. It's really, I don't think anything would ever attach to baseball cards out, but you never know. Old railroad train stuff, and I have a few dolls in my grasp too. Been thinking about buying some lately. I've been thinking about buying some lately just to show on this show here, But then I'm afraid I'm gonna bring something home with me, Right. I do the prayer outside the house, and whenever we pick them up, I do the prayer, and outside the house, I do the prayer, stuff like that. But you never know, man. You just
right. Yeah, my mom had dolls in her collection, and I stayed away from them much as I could, even though they weren't haunted. But I can't stand them for some reason.
They said the most haunted ones were the topsy-turvy dolls from the early years.
Oh, yeah, plastic one.
No, this ain't made out of plastic. I'm debating on whether to grab it. Should I bring the doll down? Oh
yeah.
Yes.
Want some attention,
Grizz? I asked permission on this one. Remember last time I got in trouble for not asking permission. So here's the topsy-turvy doll that I have. You can tell it's all handmade.
Yep.
So
that would hold energy for sure. It's handmade.
It's got 3 attachments, is what I told. Then if you lift it up and you flip it
might
upside
scar
down,
people. It might scar people.
So
interesting.
Yes, you notice the cat ball is not turning off. By the way, it's still continuing to go. So are you liking the attention? I guess. So yes, and it's all handmade.
She looks happy.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So, is it all right if I put you? Is it all right if I put you back up? It didn't go off. Well, I'm gonna put you back up. So you make me nervous.
Cat ball go off again.
Did it? Oh, don't scare
Nope.
me like that. I thought you said it went off. I was like, no, it's going back up.
I was going to
So,
ask it to go back on, turn on again.
no, don't. I'm good.
You take-
Then I got another topsy turvy doll, and this one is Little Red Riding Hood, and you got Little Red Riding Hood on the front. Then underneath of it, you got Grandma,
Nice.
and then you turn it around. And then on the back side, underneath of it, you got the big
wolf.
bad wolf. Yes.
Yeah,
That was nice. That's cool.
So
See, I wouldn't mind something like that, but the porcelain dolls, those type of dolls, are the ones that are on TV, kind of.
No, I'm sorry. That was me with the cat ball. I hit my mic. So that's false alarm, ladies and gentlemen. Now,
You take them anywhere else in the house?
no, are you crazy? Then I got the Hansel and Gretel from Germany. These are made out of wood. So
Yeah, see, those ones I don't mind, but the porcelain dolls, the ones that look plastic, yeah, those ones I don't care for.
now these are actually handmade and hand painted as well, and the clothes are handmade as well too. And these are actually carved out. Let me get them in the camera. They're actually carved out of wood. And these have
that's cool.
allegedly these have attachments too. So yes. So
Yeah, some if it's handmade, sometimes that they'll keep that person's energy on them. Like my grandfather built a cabinet that I have, and I feel his spirit's attached to it. But I mean, it's
Yeah, you
older
have
than
some
I am.
furniture. You have furniture like that too, don't you, Grizz? Your grandpa?
no.
What was it? Your
No.
grandpa smoking a cigarette?
Yes, down at the lake when I was a teenager after he passed. Now that was freaky. Because on the door, or yeah, see, it is freaky. So on the porch, you know how the wood warps. You had the old aluminum door that you'd have to pull,
Yep.
and you would hear it scrape, and it had bells on it. So there's no way you can get on the porch. And this was at night, and I got up to get me something to drink, and I was like, somebody's, because the deck is like 16 foot by 40 foot long, 45 foot long, whatever. It was a
Right.
huge deck, and it's enclosed, and it had a roof over it. And I was like, somebody's out there smoking. I'm like, there ain't no way. And when he took a puff, it lit up half his face. And I try to get my grandmother to get up. Of course, it's just like in the movies. They don't respond. It flipped me out.
Right.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? So I don't know. Maybe it's my grandfather. It's in the studio today right now.
It could be.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Like I
Thank
said,
you,
my
Laura.
grandparents follow me all over the place. They're with me at my investigations, every single one of them. So I can sense them when they're there, when they're not there. So it's possible. So
Are you my
cool.
grandfather? Are you in the studio, my grandfather?
Are you the doll maker?
Oh no! Don't be doing that. Oh.
The other side of the Topsy is creepy, but the other side, the Dark Lady, seems okay.
Oh, so I need to flip it? Is that what I need to do? And keep the other one up right, and the other one down?
Let's see if the ball goes off.
Do I need to flip the doll and keep the other one upright? Flash yes, or turn on for yes, and I guess you can't ask it to blink because it don't blink. Are you even paying attention? Do you even want to talk? Are you even here? Now Sonia says it's the way I talk to it too.
Oh yeah.
She says I got a condescending voice when I get scared and I get nervous. So I would want to talk to you. You talk to me like that. That's what she tells me. But yeah.
Yeah. I understand that.
Are you happy with me? I guess not. Crazy Witch agrees. I don't know.
see, I like cemeteries, but then again, I don't go in them at night. Not that I'm scared, but the law is the one for me, because I'm not having my reputation. If I were to get caught and have tickets from it, I just don't.
Now let me tell you something. You know how many people I've caught in the cemetery? Well, never mind. But they anyway.
Right.
If I would never give you a citation for trespassing, is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
As long
Right.
as you're not doing something stupid or, destroying property or criminal mischief, I'm okay.
Yeah, the
Well,
guy really,
Mess.
yeah, the
So,
cop that really had to be a hard ass to do that.
yeah.
And right
unless
now, this day and
unless
age, they have more to worry about, I think, than that. So,
Yeah.
unless there's a sign on there that says no trespassing, then they could. But yeah, I agree.
well, yeah.
And those are the ones I don't.
I am
don't.
not going to self-incriminate myself on the air casing.
I don't either.
Good try.
I try not to,
The
but
signs do not stop people. So
right.
So everything is
I just
scary at night.
don't
You
risk
dang
it.
on right, Laurel. It is. See, now it wants to respond. It agrees
No.
things are scary at night. So yeah.
There you go.
So
That's why I'm a night owl.
But the reason why I tape it to my mic stand, ladies and gentlemen, I got tired of putting it on my cell phone stand and it being thrown at me during a show. It would literally jump off of my cell phone stand and hit me in the yeah. So that's why I tape it to my mic stand so it cannot be tossed or rolled around or yes.
It'd be freaky if it
So,
did. I mean,
it actually does. I know. I'm trying to tell them. Whatever
It'd be
it is
cool,
does.
but-
That it threw my cell phone earlier at me on the show, and I taped
Wow.
it. And I mean, you see how big my tape gun is, and this
Yeah.
tape is extra sticky. So I extra taped it. I know, and you got mad at me, didn't you? Because it couldn't toss it at me because it literally scared me. I was in the middle of a conversation and I'm getting hit with the cell phone. So
it'd be freaky, but it'd be
everybody
cool
just
at the same
loves
time.
it. So I thought about leaving cat balls around in the studio at nighttime. I'm too scared to do it. So because I don't want to see something be playing with all the balls as they light up going around the studio or up around the studio and stuff like that. So
Have you thought about putting an infrared camera in there when you're not there?
You would not believe how many cameras I have, and I'm afraid to see what I'm going to capture.
Well, that's what I was wondering if you're going to see it. If you look to see it.
I do have a tall man with a hat shadow. I do have shadow people. I've been told that. I know when they're around because I get electrified, like static electricity. And one night during the show, I had to put extra stuff in my beard now because the activity will make my beard look like a chia pet. It will start to like rise and stuff, like get puffy. So I got to put extra. Ladies and gentlemen, I kid you not, because I had to tell everybody one night. It was like, look, I did not just wake up. It just kept growing. So yes, I had to put extra stuff in my beard. So. Laurel says hi to the spirits in the room with Grizzly. Laurel says hello, so you ought to be nice and say hello back. It never listens to me, and that's what Sonia says. I wouldn't either, but anyway.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Well, what do you think, Grizz?
I don't know, Casey. What do you think?
For what?
Everything.
You got anything you want to bring up with us, Casey, or anything you want to brag about here coming up in the next couple months?
Not really. I believe I have a feeling that when I go to West Bend, there's a couple places right close by to the theater that I'm going to. I have a feeling it's going to be a domino effect of them coming to me after that. And hey, once you do ours too. So, not saying it will happen. I'm not saying it'll happen, but it's always that possibility because they said they'll have guests there too. So,
hey, I want to ask you before we go, what do you think of the way the explosion in the paranormal field has happened? I mean, have you seen what positives and what negatives do you see in it, or have you thought about it?
I haven't really thought about it really.
Somebody wants to chime in with you on that one, Casey.
Yep, it's
I see that. I see that. Oh.
Well, you see so many new teams, so many new people get involved, which is awesome. It is and everybody, we all, I know Grizzly, myself, and most people I've talked to want to help out those other people as well. Give encouragement.
Especially the new ones, because you also can show them your techniques. They show yours. That's what I like the best. The sharing.
Yeah. That's what I'm getting at. Have you have people reach out to you? Have you been able to kind of mentor anybody?
I've never mentored anybody.
I know Crazy Witch. I know.
I guess you
Starting
could
to
say
sound like
whenever I
someone.
ask questions, Shane or Dave would answer them if I had any.
Yeah.
So they're kind of like my mentors.
No, that's
So,
great.
you know, I mean, I know they have busy lives too, but you know, they
Yeah.
answer when they can. So
No, and that's the same way. Like Daniel Kloss and Nick Groffer, whenever we hunted with them, they
I want to meet. I want
straight
to
up
meet
talk
Nick.
to us. Yeah,
Yeah.
Nick's really a nice, laid back guy. They had 3 different levels that they hunted, and one was on. There's different personality on each level, but he'd take breaks before he did switches, and Nick and Daniel and dang it, off the top of my head, I can't think of the other guy's name. But they came out and they get on the phone talking to their friends or whatever. But they would come over to talk to you and just hang out for 10 minutes, just talking stuff.
Yeah, and actually, I have the privilege of meeting Jack Osborne in August. So,
Oh, did you? Yeah.
Well, I will be in this August. I'll be able to meet him.
So you haven't met him yet? You're going to meet him in August.
Yep.
Where's he going to be at?
The Michigan Paranormal Convention.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
I met a lot of
Michigan.
That's where I met a lot of like Tabs and Ghost Brothers, those type of guys. I met them all there. So
no, that's
really
awesome.
It's like a family there, really. I mean, when I went there first year, it was kind of like a fan thing, but now that I'm in the paranormal world, it's kind of like a big family. Really, it has that feel. So, I mean,
that's awesome. That's cool.
It is. It really is. Casey, how do people get a hold of you?
You could look on my Facebook page. I don't know. Are you gonna put my Facebook on the
if
below?
You would type it in the background in your message board, I'll copy and paste it for you real quick.
Tracy, I know I'm messaging it to you. If you could do that, because I'm not good at that.
I'm going to forward this page to Chris.
So everybody, Laurel, on my mom's side of the family, has always came back into the realm. So that is what got me involved into the afterworld and the paranormal world. I always got into the cryptid stuff. I thought it was really interesting because back then, I thought, monsters and stuff. I mean, I was afraid of Godzilla, and I grew up with, run, here he comes. See? So, the Chinese with the English didn't match their mouth. But, and then it snowballed, and we're actually Thursday on Cryptid Rabbit Hose with Psychic Medium Sonia. We're actually doing an edition on cryptids in Kentucky and Tennessee, the old folklore, because there are cryptids here in Kentucky and Tennessee that people don't know about. So I'm bringing that up right now. I'm trying to find my Facebook account. I'm sorry. So
no, that's fine.
But,
how I got into it was from Taps. I've watched their show when I was young, so that got me interested. But my friend Sarah, when I got divorced, she invited me to one of her investigations with her old team, and I've been hooked ever since. So that's how I kind of really started. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, it is. Because once you get involved in it, there's this Facebook group, ladies and gentlemen. Once you get involved in it, you get hooked because you want to learn more.
It is. You do. You can get hooked.
And I tell people, you don't have to have all this fancy equipment to start out with. You can get a regular recorder for $20 off Amazon or less.
Yep.
I mean, I've got different makes and models.
Sometimes that's the best evidence for
it is. And anymore with technology and stuff, with AIG, CIG, chat, whatever you want to call it, with this AI crap, unless you know the person, it's really hard to say that what their evidence is real. And I'm not trying to downplay anybody, but we have so many hoaxers out there, not only in the paranormal field, but also in the cryptid world too. right?
Yep.
That, this is supposed to be Dog Man, or this is supposed to allegedly be Bigfoot,
Yeah.
or the public monster, or the Goat Man.
Yeah.
And anymore with this technology that they have on the market, you really can't tell. Because I was back in the old days, you'd be like, look at that pixelation right there. See it? It's not magic.
Right.
It's been cut out and cropped in. Now, no, you can't tell. So,
Right.
and that's why a lot of people that are, into the paranormal field and also the cryptozoology field are going back to the older style technology when it comes to cameras, like the 35 millimeter or 110.
Right.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, you can't alter negatives, baby.
Right.
So, digital cameras and stuff. I mean, I've got
Polaroids are
some
good
digital
too.
cameras. Polaroids are good. You like Polaroids? I got some cameras that are $5,000 or $6,000, $7,000, and they're all digital. And if you don't know how to use them with your aperture and everything else, even though you got it set on automatic, you're not going to get the right picture, right? It's going to look blurry. It's going to look whatever. And plus, we know the paranormal, they malfunction electronics. They drain batteries and so forth. But when you got that old, Gimlet and Patterson film where it was a wind-up one with, I forgot what, 8 millimeter or 9 or whatever it was back then, I mean, how
Something
could
like
you, right, I've got over 29, 30 trail cameras, and I've got theories, but once again, I don't like going out by myself. And I've got a ladder I can put on my back that's telescopic, that weighs less than, I think, 10 pounds, that goes up to 14 feet in the air, because they move them, these cryptid things. And Sonia would tell you when she put her cameras up that everybody's like, oh, it's just squirrels moving, the camera. Ladies and gentlemen, the squirrels do not move cameras up a tree, okay? And now she would put them up so high in the tree and they would still be moved. But that's a different show. But maybe it's child spirits, facts on old school cameras. Yeah, it is. And, that's the way to go. And I'm not saying anything negative about anybody. I want everybody to get out there and to explore and to learn about everything in the paranormal and the cryptozoology field at all.
Right.
Don't let your ego get in the way, and always say help others, right?
And never go alone.
Yeah, don't go alone. You're right. And that's my fear. And don't manufacture stuff, man. If nothing's happening, nothing's happening. Don't worry about it. Better luck next time. I don't catch a fish every time I go fishing, ladies and gentlemen, but it's just being out there, right? And enjoying yourself. That's what counts. Because you never know in the paranormal field and on a ghost hunt or a ghost investigation, what is or is not going to happen. So, and yes, crazy witch, people can manifest things. And yes, my fear probably does manifest a lot. Is that correct? Do I manifest a lot of my own stuff? And see, it never listens to me. It does its own thing. So
there you go.
Would you like to say goodbye to everybody before we go? That's another answer, ladies and gentlemen. So, Tracy, what turned you into a ghost hunter? Laura wants to know.
Well, I guess about 5 6 years ago,
okay. I heard get out, and I was like, yeah, you heard that too, didn't you? I was like, yeah, we're getting ready to get out.
Yeah.
So, okay.
That's my wife was talking to her cat.
But you got to remember, I got headphones on, so I hear.
Yeah, exactly. No, just about 5 or 6 years ago, a friend of mine happened to catch me at the right time of life. Him and his daughter had started getting into, ghost adventures, and they ended up going and watching them at Mineral Springs Mall in Alton, of all places. And he just called me out of the blue one day at the right point in time in my life. I didn't really have much going on other than work, and he asked me, "Hey, you want to go hunting?" So I was like, "Well, I don't really own a gun, right?" At that point in time, I didn't. And he's like, "No, ghost hunting." I was like, "Yeah, okay, sure," but I didn't have nothing else to do, so I went with him, and we went to a graveyard, to a cemetery. Lucy Haskell is the name of a little 9-year-old girl that passed away back in the 1800s. Very prominent family in the Alton area. There's actually a playhouse there called Haskell Playhouse in the area. But at her cemetery, it's pretty cool. It's a huge cemetery. But at our tombstone, they were saying, if you brought a ball, it might move. If you brought candy, it might move. If you set it on top of this tombstone stuff. I'm like, yeah, whatever. So me and Tom are out there, and we go Facebook Live with it. And I thought, this is pretty, it's pretty cool. He had his little spirit box out, and he had we had just a K2 meter, basically an EMF, right? And that's all we had. And we set a ball right by the tombstone, and we sat there for an hour and a half, and the EMF's going off quite a bit. We're getting some stuff on the spirit box, but I was a skeptic at the time, right? And we get ready after an hour and a half of being live. He's got the camera, which is the phone on live, right? Facing it. We got like 20 people watching. They're our friends, because they're interested because it's brand new,
Right.
And he says, "All right, well, from Tom and Tracy, we're done, right?" And as soon as he hangs up, I look down at that ball, and that ball rolled. Didn't move. Neither one of us took a step. Neither one of us did nothing. That ball rolled, and I'm like, "You got to be kidding me," And then we started doing it like every 2 weeks, just me and him. And then we two other people that were in our group or that we were friends with growing up were interested in doing one. So we formed Laurel. We formed a site, a team called That Paranormal, T.H.A.T. Paranormal Crew, which is active on Facebook. If you go to Facebook, you type in That Paranormal Crew. I'm showing this. We're streaming this video on it right now. But that's how I got into it, and I've only seen about that. That's one of the probably 6 or 7 things that I honestly believe were related to spirits. The other stuff I could debunk for the most part, but those other things are pretty interesting. And then long story short, about 4 months ago, we started up what's called Paralink.com, which is a community for all paranormal. It's free to everybody to join. You can post on it just like Facebook. You can comment. You can private message people. It truly is for the community, and it's for positivity in the community only. It's pretty cool. That's all I'm going to say about it, because I don't really this isn't a platform to really talk about it, because Grizzly Chris is a pretty good guy, and I like.
I don't care. We don't care, do we? We love to give people love, right?
Yeah.
See,
I tell you what,
never.
Chris is really he's stepped up with this stuff, man, and
Yeah.
I enjoy the fact of being able to do this on Wednesdays with him, because it's a good show. I think it's entertaining. We like to joke with each other a little bit.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Now, one thing I did learn, Casey, that it loves for me to sing, and of course I'm going to sing. It's not going to work. But Laurel, everybody, had a birthday yesterday, and I felt so bad yesterday. I was like really ill. And I sung her happy birthday. It sounded like I was at a funeral. I felt so bad. I went back and watched it. I was like, that was so horrible. That's how bad I felt. I was like, I shouldn't even sung it. So I do apologize. And I apologize, Laurel, that somebody forgot to even call you to wish you happy birthday. So yes.
Happy belated birthday.
Godzilla. Yes.
Yep. Happy belated birthday.
So yeah, Crazy Witch is like, yeah, me too, Grizzly. You did suck. It was bad. Oh, did you see the light? My light dimmed. My light dimmed, and it got bright, and it dimmed. Yes. So,
interesting.
Yeah. Birthday was great, Laurel. Yeah, nothing like a sick grizzly singing to you. It was bad, ladies and gentlemen. I feel sorry for the audio people that had to listen to it. But thank you. You do feel sorry.
There you
That's
go.
Amazing. Yeah. Never when I want it to work, it does itself. So, but I wanted to know before I let you go. Let it see if it stopped. Or a minute ago, it wouldn't stop. It kept going on and on and on and on. So I'm going to ask it a question before I let you go, Casey, to see if it's going to respond. Okay, you got to stop first. See, never listens to me. It's like Sonya. All right.
Nope, there it goes.
Now, are you mad that I taped you to the microphone stand so you cannot be jumped or thrown at me? My floor just tapped 3 times underneath my feet. Now that scared the hell out of me. That scared that. I mean, it knocked 3 times. I felt it. I do not have shoes on. I'm wearing socks in my studio.
Can it do it again?
No, I don't want to ask it again. It did it again. Why'd you say that? Is that
It's
you doing
alright.
that? Jackie, are you here? My legs are starting to tremble now. But
Uh-oh.
it was a knock. It was like knock, knock, knock. And it was like right below my feet. Now, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad Casey made it to the show. Casey, I'm glad.
I'm glad that worked really well this time. We'll have to
Yeah,
get
and
Bree on.
and
We'll have to
yeah,
get Bree
and,
next
and you,
time.
yeah, and you didn't get booted or kicked off. That was amazing.
Yeah.
So it's awesome.
I have better internet, so that's probably why.
All right. Well, thank you, sir, for coming, and whoever's with us today is thanking you as well. I do not get it, so
Thank you for having me on
it
here.
probably is mad I got it taped. Oh, absolutely. Take care, Casey. We'll see you, buddy. Oh, wow, man. Interesting. So, yeah. So it's amazing because I got tired, ladies and gentlemen, this ball being thrown at me, which I've got many balls laying around on the studio because of the other shows. But I got tired of them being tossed at me, Tracy, since you've been gone. So I was like, I'll fix your butt. I'll tape you. And so, yeah. So this way it cannot be thrown at me because I have another camera. Remember my other camera to shoot to the side? Well, I got tired of coming off my cell phone and it won't turn off. I got tired of coming off my cell phone stand and hitting me. And it always hit me in a special spot. And it's like, are you trying to torture me or something? I'm like, you're not doing it no more. Now, the cell phone earlier, now that flipped me out because this tape is super sticky and it won't shut off. So that's what I'm saying. And mind of its own. But ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you had a good time. But, check out paralink.com, like he says. Ball lightning, yes. We always have a ball anywhere we're at. Ain't that right, Stingray? So, and it's still going. There we go. All right. But yeah, would you like to say goodbye to everybody?
Hey, goodbye, everybody. Thanks for watching.
But I was talking to Tracy. Yeah, I was talking to Tracy there. So yeah, we'll catch you on the flip side. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we got a show coming up in 45 minutes. Local live news about cryptids and Bigfoot in your area. And what's going to happen on that show, I have no idea. So we got a panel on there. So please check us out. And y'all have a good one. God bless and love you all. Take care. See y'all, guys.
Thank you.
Ha ha ha.